स्क्रिप्ट राइट हाँ जी 2024 में जो हुआ वो देखा ही नहीं गया बस. I do not want to be on the strongest soldiers list. If you see these flowers moving or like anything just like moving a little bit, just know that this is what the table situation is. Happy New Year everyone, we are in 2025. I honestly did not think this was a possibility that we'll be making it to this year, but I'm very grateful. As you can see from the title, I've never created a vision board in my life. I've never tried to manifest, visualize, and in all honesty I'll say that things have turned out better for me, better than what I could have visualized them to be. But this year, because 2024 was just random things happening at the same time, I do want to have some stability in 2025. So I do want to visualize what I'm going to be working on, just have certain set of goals. If I achieve them, I'll be more than happy. But if I don't, I'll be more than happy. It's all good, it's all okay. Now to first understand how to create these vision boards, I watched these two videos and I also came across a couple of posts and reels which I'll share in a second. All the research, I've understood that we need to do these three things. First one is set clear intention, which means you identify the why behind your particular vision. For example, having a clear goal and outlining what you want to achieve exactly. Second is be very specific, which means you should break down that vision to the point. Not only focus on what you want to achieve, but how will you feel when you achieve that certain goal, right? For example, for me, I want to grow my YouTube following, but how will that goal of reaching a certain amount of followers make me feel? And the answer for me is that I will feel a certain level of freedom, I will feel happy, feel jolly. Third and the last one is we need to identify category, which means select the categories which are important in my life, such as career, relationship, fitness, finances. It can be whatever that's important to you and you want to work towards. So when you break down to like 4 to 5 very specific categories, have 2 to 3 specific intentions in one of the categories. And in all of the research I've done, one thing all of them say is that not to overcrowd your goals and like not set over the top expectations like going to the moon. I'm just kidding, but like let's say for me something unrealistic would be growing 3 million followers on YouTube in a year. I think that can happen though, right? I mean, you get my point. There are 2 more things which I learned and I think they are going to be helpful to us. First thing is I saw this post on Instagram on the question you should ask yourself before creating a vision board. I'll answer them with you for me when I'm starting to create the board. I saw another interesting video which was this one and it talked about Vastu in vision board. Yeah, I didn't see it coming either. But I think that's an interesting perspective and I'm going to be following this. All of this information is going to be in the description, so don't worry. Now about curating the board. I broke down my vision board in these 5 categories and in each one I wrote 4 specific goals. For example, under the category social media, I have this one specific goal that I want to collaborate with other content creators. So I've written it in present tense that I'm collaborating with fellow content creators. And here I could also specify which industry I want to collaborate in. Let's say I am in the art industry, so I can say that I'm collaborating with fellow art content creators or art influencers. So now I try to visualize it and get the image for this particular goal. So let's say I got the image of a content creator collaborating with each others and I actually Photoshop my face as one of the content creators, right? And I don't feel like you have to have the extraordinary editing skills. You can get all your images on Pinterest and then edit them out on Canva. Both are free. After picking out all the images for the goals, I arranged them in a PDF on Canva and got printouts on A4 sheet paper. A lot of people use magazines and stuff like this. I was very specific, so I just got the printouts. That was easier for me. And I also got a foam board from FedEx. I know this is very big. I'm not going to be using all of it. And I have my glue and I have scissors. Use whatever's available to you. So let's start creating my first vision board and I'm going to answer questions from this post while I'm creating the board with you. How should I create it? I'm actually going to start with the Saugas. Yes, Nietzsche. Right. 2025 vision board questions to ask yourself before you curate yours. Am I doing live for the plot this year or is playtime genuinely over this time around? There are like 19 questions in this, so I'm just going to answer everything very fast and just to the point. Playtime is genuinely over for me this time around. I do want to get control in the sectors of my life where I can and where I cannot. I leave it up to the universe. Second question is what lessons from the last year do I want to carry forward to the new year? I learned that life is actually very short, but I also learned the lesson of being there for myself before I am there for anybody else. And I think I really felt a mental down when I looked around and I had no one near me when I had been there for people. Another lesson I learned is that yes, our parents were right. Our family is the only thing we have in the end. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, touch wood, I've been grown up in a very good family and I'm very close to them that I talk to them every single day. They know everything about throughout my life, but I know that some people don't have that. In some or the other way, the family is all you have in the end. Third is, what money habits do I need to let go of, and what new financial habits do I need to improve? And especially after coming to New York, I've become more frugal with money. I really don't spend on things I don't really need. What is my definition of success? Will I measure my progress by my own growth or by comparing myself to others? Will I choose patience and contentment over constant comparison? I think I do need to stop comparing myself to other people. I do that because I create content a lot. You start seeing someone's 100th day and you start comparing it to your first day. I think I'm one of those people and I need to stop doing that, because I think when you get a certain age like 27, let's say I'm starting YouTube, being consistent with that, it's not easy. There are kids out there who are 18, 16, 21, they're doing so much better. I need to really stop doing that and be patient with myself. Answering these questions, holding a scissor and being like this. At this time next year, what professional skills or wins do I want to celebrate? I think I really would like to learn how to delegate. I don't think so I'm that great right now. Launch one in art, people can start buying art. I really want to start learning marketing where I'm succeeding at it. Right now I feel like for some reason it's not working out. What does financial freedom mean to me? Being able to wake up in the morning without setting an alarm. Will I beat myself up by the year's end if I don't get to the extent of financial freedom I envision? Yes, to a certain extent. 1 or 2 days where I will beat myself up. Am I truly ready to put in extra effort than usual this year to not just dream, make promises or talk big, but to really do? Yes, I'm putting in the extra effort this year, because when you're building something of your own, you have to compromise the idea of work-life balance. I think that's just the bitter truth that we often don't realize till the time we actually try to create something of our own. What kind of love or friendships do I want to hold on to this year? I really want to hold on to the friendships which I can rely on. They can rely on me. The friendships where the effort is equal. I don't want any low effort friendships, and that really doesn't work with me. If we don't talk for, let's say, in 2 weeks, I feel distant from you, and a lot of my friendships have ended this year because of this thing, because I moved to New York, people didn't check in on me the way I checked in on them, and that's that. It does hurt a lot, trust me, but it's life. And what boundaries and compromises am I intending to make in on my relationship? Will they be reasonable enough? Yes, I did set in a lot of boundaries. Again, I lost a lot of friendships because of setting boundaries, that I don't want any low effort, I don't want to be neglected, disrespected, left out. Those are my boundaries. What old habits, grudges or ways of thinking do I need to let go of? I need to let go of my sleeping in habits. I need to get into discipline and schedule. I want to develop a habit of working out or just like any sort of physical activity every single day. This month, this year, I do hold grudges. That's true. But only if you've like really hurt me, and if we were extreme close to the extent that you knew what was going to hurt me. Ways of thinking do I need to let go of? Thinking that I'm not lovable. I think that's very deeply rooted in me to a certain extent because of how my life has turned out to be. I really need to change that way of thinking about myself. How can I show up more for the people I care about? Check in on them, call them once a week, be there for them in a difficult time, let them know that they don't have to do anything in life alone. 11th question is, what financial goals feel both challenging and achievable? How can I balance and achieve these goals? I think to have a stable income really feels challenging right now. I've never really had like a stable income in life up until now, because I graduated, I started my studio, then now I'm here, so never really had a stable income. But yeah, that feels both achievable and unachievable at the same time to me. How can I balance and achieve these goals? I just have to apply for like 500 to 1000 jobs more. I think it's going to work out then. But no, I think it's going to work out in January. It's all going to be okay. What are the little joys, hobby and passions I want to make time for this year? How do I do that? I want to start being more creative, start to draw and paint again. I don't think so I did that enough in this year, and I think I can do that by taking myself out on like live sketching and just being horrible at it in the beginning. How do I stay consistent, disciplined on top of my game in the new year even when it feels hard to? Just do it one by one day at a time, one baby step at a time. What one habit or mindset shift I need to adapt to that could change my life this year? The one that I mentioned before, right? That I feel like I'm not lovable, maybe. I really need to change my perspective on that, because that's not true. To have that mindset shift, that so if I want things to change around me and my life to change for the better, I have have to change for the better. 15th question is, even though life can be out of control sometimes, what do I want my everyday to feel like? What do I want it to look like? I don't want to feel tired. I do feel tired a lot right now, and that is because I haven't been disciplined with my physical activity. I want to feel content. I want to feel that I have stability in life. I have some sort of anchor in life. That's been difficult for me to just keep up with the continuous changes when all I've been looking for is stability in life. How can I be smarter about earning, saving, and spending my money in the new year? I think start investing is going to be my number one thing I want to do with my money. Spend my money only on the things I need and food. 17th question is, how can I be more present in and grateful for the life I'm building? How can I do that? Like, I am grateful to wake up every single day because I've learned about those experiences very close in my life, like in my early 20s. Whenever I'm feeling very low, I'm always grateful to have a family, be able to wake up every day and enjoy food. Those are like basic pleasures of my life. How can I be more present? I don't really know the exact answer to that, the right answer to that, I think. Question 18th is, when and why do I need to slow down and take it easy on myself? I think when I feel burnt out, I really should take a low and just slow myself down. Last question, 19th question. Why am I creating this vision board? Is this vision board something I will see through to the end? Yes. 110% yes. I'm going to see through this vision board till the end. As I said before, I'm going to try everything in my power to make each one of these possible. I'm going to actively work every single day towards them. Some days I'll take a rest, but on most days I want to work towards them. I'm going to place this vision board in a place where I see them every day, and that's my vanity for me. Just make sure that I take one baby step towards them every single day. I think now I'm going to put it on a time lapse. Talking is just slowing me down. So I've arranged everything in the direction they should go in, like all the categories, and I'm realizing a couple of things. First is that the images are too big. Like, let's say even this image is a bit big. There are just a lot of pictures in some of the categories. Let's say career has a lot that even this board won't be able to fix all of it. You actually have to go back and forth with your goals and see what's missing and what's not. Now I'm going to start sticking them on the board. Pasted data. Done. It took me a lot longer than I expected, like almost 2 hours, but I'm not going to show you this, and I advise you to also not show it to anyone else because I am a firm believer in Nazar and the evil eye, and I'll share whatever I achieve in this year at the end of this year. And just as I've also created this for the first time, I'm eager to see at the end of the year what all things I'm able to achieve and how the year simply goes. Honestly, visualizing this and even like, adding images of me, which is very creepy, but like really big heads here and there, did help me like visualizing and like feeling better. And I think that is the point of the vision board, to actually be able to visualize yourself achieving those things. So like, this looks like such a clear vision, and as I said, I was very specific. I've only put in the things I actually am working towards. There are some goals here I'm going to say which are very big, but I've made sure that it's a balance, big small wins which will actually make me feel content at the end of the day. And the whole point for me for this vision board is to find stability in this coming year, and that is what I focused on in every goal that I have picked out in all the categories. But with that said, I hope this video was helpful. I love creating this with you and sharing all the research and everything here and there which I've learned along the way. And I hope this video helps you in creating your first vision board, and if it does, then please tell me in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye.